I'm searching for last 3 months for a product manager, and I'm happy to pay 750, 850K, but I'm not able to find good people. None of that is working in AI product sense interviews. What is working is give me real examples, take me through a real product and solve my problems. Show me actually how you solve the data problem, how you set up observability for your products. Knowledge is kind of free these days. Your judgment is the most important thing I'm hiring you for. So thank you for showing up. I know some of you might have a holiday, so I understand. Let's see what's on agenda today. I will share a lot of insights that I have from the interviews that I'm giving or I'm helping people. I've given a lot of people have taken my help. I've helped 100 plus people last year to get past interviews, and they share and I help them. They share their questions also. So I am a common accumulator or a marketplace now for all the questions in AI product management and AI interview space. So I will share what my insights are, like what's working, what's the expectations are, and what people expect the interview to be and what it turns out to be. So that's big deal today. Then I will also share about what an example of an interview looks like and what how can you give the answer and what is expected from you in that answer. We also have a hiring manager guide. Lohit Arjita, can you put it in resources? Our hiring manager guide, which tells like how you are being evaluated behind the scenes. So we'll share that also with all of you. I realized it was not added to this session today. And then how to be preparing for these interviews, like especially the full loops, where there is a round on AI product sense and technical interviews. We'll touch upon that. We'll not go into deep dive into that today. Okay. If that's the plan, uh, you're preparing for all your loops. You're getting tested for three things. One, do you have deep understanding of these tools? Can you understand context? Can you understand evaluations? Can you understand what's the difference between a horizontal or vertical agents is? And then you're being tested on little bit depth on the concepts of AI, and then how you have brought it to production or how you have applied these two to build products. So these are the main things people are trying to test you on when you're going to AI PM interviews. So three sections: deep understanding, technical understanding, and application. How the world looks like behind the scenes. If you look at this, what an interview will look like for you if you're going for that this loop, full loop, or if you get to be in a loop for AI interviews. Uh, Two rounds mostly, we are trying to judge your technical skills and your AI product sense skills. In technical, we are trying to test, hey, do you have understanding of these concepts and do you understand them, or you have just memorized them, or you just know the words but you don't know how they work. If you don't know how they work, then you cannot talk about their limitations, and if you can't talk about their limitations, then you can't imagine the products that needs to be built to fill the gaps, or you are going to overestimate what's possible with AI and screw up the roadmaps, teams, and alignments with engineering. So these are the risks I'm trying to avoid when I'm trying to test you for concept and understanding in technical areas. Obviously, then we are looking for people who we will give you some assignments on to build something. This is not to test that you are like a full-blown developer. This is an idea that, hey, can you build the prototypes with new tools like Claude Code and maybe anti-gravity or Codex? Because with these tools, it's much easier for you to build a high fidelity mock and actually take a very rich feedback from customers and then align the engineering to a working prototype to reduce the roadmap or reduce the time it takes for us to ship products. Without skills to actually build in 2026, you are going to be the PM who is lagging the whole team or delaying the whole team because you're asking too many questions to engineering, you are asking too many questions to design, while your counterparts and other friends are actually going and building the whole thing with Claude Code, and then working with customer, validating that these ideas are working, and then giving it to engineering to productionalize it or to scale it. And if you are in the second category where you can't build anything and you are relying on everybody else to give you this, your roadmaps are much larger to ship than the people who are able to use these tools to build things. And we have done that in the cohort, that it's not that hard for people who have never coded now to go and build a production ready kind of solution that 10 to 100 people can use and give feedback on. So if the world is there, we expect you to be there. And that's what that round where they give you a case study, or they ask you about the last product you build, or they will give you a system design challenge. That's what they're trying to test here. Then the topic for today, AI product sense. Here we are looking for mostly how much you understand the AI ecosystem, who's who, what's going to happen in future, what's the challenges on the current companies like SaaS or complex. Like yesterday, somebody posted on LinkedIn, there was a plane on uh, uh, top of Bay Area flying and saying SaaS is dead. Then there are hoardings all around Bay Area that says that, hey, we will help you reduce your SaaS bill, reduce your SaaS, increase your agents. So there is that thing in happening in ecosystem. What's your point of view on that? And from there, I'm just trying to understand how are you able to take us to this new world, and how much do you understand what's happening in this world? So that's AI ecosystem understanding. And next is that AI specific execution. I will ask you some execution challenges that we all get when you try to build and or sell AI specific products. And I will want to know, do you have secrets? Have you gone ahead in the market and tried your ideas? And have you learned some secrets that we can learn from? And if you have not done that, then you are like not there yet for us, or at least not going to add value. Why would I would not hire somebody internally and convert them into AI rather than hiring you? I'm hiring you because I am expecting you to bring some AI specific execution secrets that we can leverage to unblock our challenges or reduce the time it takes for us to ship this product. So those are the four brackets you should look at when you are preparing, or what you should expect in these interviews. This is the core skills these people are trying to test: technical, product sense, and inside those buckets, these four buckets. Okay, then why test for this whole AI product sense, right? Main challenge is people don't know why not to build in AI. Lot of people have gone ahead in AI, burned a lot of tokens, burned a lot of time and energy, and they don't know what is ready, ripe for AI, what is to be automated, what needs a co-pilot experience, what needs an auditing experience, and what is something that will not be automated or not be ready for AI today, where the AI stand or the limitations of AI. So that's the first call. I want you to have a perspective, or I want to have that taste or that muscle in you. And that's why I'm testing for product sense. The next challenge is people don't know taking an idea and taking it to roadmaps and actually executing an AI product is little different than what you have done in past. And I want to see those experiences. I want to evaluate you for those experiences. That's the second piece. Can you create roadmaps where you go from minimum valuable product to minimum viable product to minimum evaluable product? Can you actually build products which are ready for evaluation? What are you evaluating in those? Can you bring the right context, evals, and observability requirements for the team? Can you write those? That's next for me. And then are you going to accelerate the shipping speed? And that's the second thing I'm trying to look in your experiences, in your stories. I am trying to ask you questions to see how are you accelerating the speed in the world of AI, where we need to ship faster, take feedback faster, and iterate much faster. So what is your experiences in this? And then can you bring attention and retention? Every company which has launched a lot of product have burned through getting first users, but now as new technology evolve, let cowork appears, cloud code appears, all of them are struggling to keep or have their retention story. And they never hired PMs, or they never hired managers or thinkers or experienced people before, but now they opened up these racks which you are applying for. And we have data where the jobs for PMs has grown 33% in last 6 months. Why? Because all these companies are looking for people to show us solve, to get the user attention, and once they have the attention, they are not able to retain them. And these are the two main problems they are trying to solve, or they are looking for you to solve for them. So, can you give me the experiences? To sum it up, AI product sense interview is testing you for, do you understand where to build AI? Can you actually build AI and give me experiences on what you're learning around context, evaluation, and observability? And can you help me retain or bring me attention that I'm not able to get today? This is going to be the landscape or the domain or the boundaries in which these interviews will lie, or trying to get you, trying to get tested, or trying to get signals for. Okay, this is why I put a special interview for AI product sense, because all these things are very different in AI than it was for traditional PMs. Okay, it's not different, it's just a different lens. So think about product management you 101 that you have done, but think of from this lens, and hopefully you are able to re-articulate your stories or build better stories with this.
I'm still not clear on attention and retention. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Yeah, we'll take question, William, in the end. Just put your questions in chat. I'm not taking questions during the session. Great. Okay, then. What to expect? Expect questions on AI ecosystem, expect them on user experience and product taste, and expect them on the execution side, which is evaluate, go to market, pricing, where uh, attention and retention are two important aspect, and we will discuss them hopefully in Q&A. Okay, in that, let's double click today on only one item. So you will have like 3 4 questions. So when people go and ask me to go and test people, or they ask me to go and take interviews, I am checking for all these boxes. So let's say you are being tested for AI user experience and product taste. Okay, what that looks like. You will get a question like this. Hey, we build a tool for lawyers. This is a real question, by the way. The company starts with B. It's a $1 billion company. It's a staff product manager question. It was asked in a staff product management interview. They have data today. It's a data storage company which makes a lot of money by storing enterprise data across and then offering it to customers for enterprise use. And their pitch is mostly that, hey, we have we are cloud agnostic, so we are basically your data warehouse, and you can put all your data and we'll connect to every cloud. And in world of AI, they are launching agents because uh, right now they are a storage company, and storage is not going to be a real moat, especially in the world of AI. So if agents are going to consume it, they are launching a lot of agents, and they are building a whole AI PM team, and they were hiring a staff product manager, which somebody interviewed for. So they got this question, which is, hey, we build a tool for lawyers or paralegals that allow them to parse and extract terms from contract for merger and acquisition. But it's really hard to sell to lawyers or paralegals as they are not trusting AI today. Can you tell me from your experience? You have worked in a lot of AI products as per your CV. Have you faced these similar problems? And if you have faced these problems, how you overcome them, or what you suggest us in this situation? Anybody wants to take a shot? Everybody got the question? Now is your time. Like you're like, oh Mahesh, you gave me all the things that I could have found on internet, but now, now it's a real question. So you're looking at me again. Okay, anybody brave enough? Just gonna take one. But if this is the question you get, and you know that you are being tested for AI user experience and your product taste skills, how will you respond?
Um,
Yeah, Mehul. This happens.
I'm going
Mehul
to
is
be
new to
little
us.
brave
So
here, okay, Mahesh. What I would do is rather than doing, uh, okay, as just as an
you
interview
have two
question, if you
minutes. Just
ask
give me
me,
2 minutes. Land me 3 points. 2 minutes, three
okay,
points,
so
Mehul.
I will make a POC with a real small company data, and I will demonstrate that before anything else, and ask him to use it at his convenience in the way he wants, and see if he's getting happy or not, because that is the easiest and the best way to convince something. Not a show as a demo, rather give him access fully and say that do whatever you want, play around, it's a playground for you, and if you are not happy, let me know what are your questions.
Mehul, thank you very much. Mohalis,
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Um, I haven't worked with lawyers, but I've worked in HR compliance and to share some of the similar guardrails we need to set up. So one is about the way to build trust is make sure that when the when anything is pulled, that you show your sources. I built a system, a chatbot where it ingested policies and handbook, and not only will it show you the sources, it will map out the page, and you could click on the page button, and it'll take you directly to where it's pulling from. I've also built systems where it includes the date stamp. So it tells you the last day by who and at what time it was updated, and stale notifications as well. So I've also built a system for an agentic ATS that if a job description or resume or something becomes stale after a certain number of days, it'll give you an alert that is stale, and would you like to review it or would you like to refresh it? There's a few more things, but you asked for three, and those are three things I've actually prototyped.
Mohalis, great answer. Thanks very much. Let me take a stab at it, and then I will give you like how I will answer it. Pallavi wants to go as well. Pallavi, do you want to add something that Mehul and Mohilis has not done? Go ahead.
Yes, yes. So, adding to what they have said, one aspect that I would really want to bring forward in front of lawyers is what has been the report of the evals that we did internally. I assume that one of the dimensions would be the outputs being rated by an expert, a lawyer in the same domain,
How
and
much more? Okay.
that evaluation resulted in. Uh, One more angle is how much time will it save them uh, in rather than doing this manually entirely. So even if they click on the citations and if we are saving 30-40% of their time, still it is something that to kind of sell them to. So
Great,
these 2 points.
great. Harleen, last one.
Hi, Manish. So I think we should include the evaluation part, like human in the loop. Let's say they build this because they have a trust issues, right? So to maintain that trust, we should include the terms and the clause they are having. They're currently facing issues, and then the human in the loop they can help with the evaluations as well.
Great, great. Okay, then. Let's try to answer this question in a real sense. I know I put you on spot, and obviously I had this question for 3 months, so mine would look very polished. But obviously, I need to give you one answer. So let me try to give you what I heard here, and also how will I answer this question, so you can see. And then I will give you a framework, and hopefully I will give you a lot of insights from different questions or what I have seen, what works, what doesn't work. Team, can we let people in? So, okay. If they asked me this question, this is how I would answer. First of all, I will say, so here's my answer. Three, two, one, start. Hi. Yes, thanks. Yeah, this is a real concern. First of all, I think I have shipped like 3 products and I've seen this all along. And the biggest challenge here is that these people, first of all, they believe that what they have been doing is uh, very dear to them, and also there is a threat behind the scenes of their jobs being taken by AI. So that's the main challenge we need to address in the product. And for that, what we did is we did citations, and with citations what they can do is they can see where the thing is, and that's how actually human were validating the work. But citation was not enough, because then they were seeing a lot of information and they were like, why and how you got to this information. But if I showed everything, then it was overwhelming them, because then the feedback was that, hey, it overwhelms them. You are just throwing too much at us. So what we did is we layered it like a cake. So now what happens is we give you an answer, or we give you these insights from a contract, whatever you asked for. You can go and check the citation. But if you want to go deeper, we created another button called reasoning. And in reasoning also, we layered it that why we are saying what we are saying. And then we went ahead and showed you why that reasoning. And then you keep on clicking button and you can do a whole research, which you do with humans today. So that allowed them to see that, hey, we are not here to go and solve or do this end to end for you. We are here to help you do the hard part, but you can get the validation and accountability. So that's the first piece we did. Then what we did is that was cool, but then what we did is then the challenge was that our reasoning and their reasoning did not resonated well, because sometimes they will have a very they are the expert in their field and they want to build a tool for them rather than relying on us to build a tool for them. And for that, we created a feature called edit reasoning. And now they can edit or provide us the insights they have about their domain. So they feel like they are the orchestrator here. We are giving them an Excel rather than taking a job. So this is a new form of docs which allows them to do the things they were doing faster, but they remain in control. And we gave them superpowers with this third feature where they can go and edit and provide their reasoning capabilities. And with that, we saw that at least the people where we have top pressure, at least they were able to adopt. So now we got the customers where they were just worried about that, hey, is AI correct or not? We got those. We got the reasoning ones. And now we got even the people who were little skeptical and did not trusted us because their manager can tell them to configure it for themselves. Once we did these three, then we have to show them that, hey, are we actually working, or compared to how humans will have responded to the similar merger and acquisition contracts. So we did a specific eval for M&A, and we shared how good we are compared to human evals, compared to our competition, and compared to out of box co-work. Because there was another concern there was that, hey, if co-work can do this at $20, why should we pay you $2,000? And we showed them that we are 40 points better than out of world co-work, and co-work does not give them the kind of citation, reasoning, and editing capability or continuous learning capability that we added to the product. Once we had that, this is how it looked. So then I will, if I could, I would also show them that this is the product. This is how it looks like. You put a contract. I can tell you a risk in the contract, and then you can see where the risk is. And it's very specific. It's not clause. It's not page. It's just a single line where you need to read it from, which is what you're getting here, 5.7.5 to 9.75. Great. Once you do that, then you can also see the justification, which is, hey, I am going from the playbook, I'm using this playbook. And then you can edit the reasoning. If you click on it, you can change things. And once you change things, we'll learn from your style and we will reason like you have done reasoning. So this is how I have built trust with my customers, which helped me go and sell better, and then they will have a lot of cross questions. But you see, the layering here is that if you answer a question like this, what you are layering is, I have identified first the moment where I'm losing the trust, which is you give an answer but it is correct or not. So you need to build trust at the moments where you're losing trust. So identify those moments first. Then I gave reduction in cognitive overload. So citation is good, but very specific citation is what they were looking for. And second, I layered it in reasoning. And in reasoning, I layered it with what's my core reason, what's my second hypothesis, what my third hypothesis. So I'm showing them what is my taste skills in product. And then I am saying, hey, I am bringing uncertainty as a feature. It's uncertain. My reasoning will be very uncertain than yours. You all will have a very different reasoning about a particular clause based on a playbook, because AI reasoning is very generic. So I am using that as a feature by giving you a capability to edit the reasoning, and I will make sure that your reasoning capabilities are encoded in your product. So now, as a law firm, you have a way to encode your style, your reasoning, or your IP inside the product. And I won't use it, but now you have a way to do it, which is very hard for law firms to do today. So I have took the uncertainty that AI creates and created it a feature. And then I'm showing high quality through evaluations. And then I am creating the feedback learning loop, which does not exist in any competitive product out there today. Right? Competitive product means Coworks of the world or even like Harveys of the world. It's very hard to tailor them or continuous feedback loops with them. So these are the five things you need to land if you want to succeed in these interviews. And this is the framework that you can use to remember. It's a trust framework, which is target the moment of trust, reduce cognitive, use uncertainty as a feature, signal quality continuously, which is evals or any other ways. Means I can tell you two or three ways if you talk to me, and then putting tight feedback loops. This is what is needed to differentiate your product, or these are the signals I'm looking that you have gone and deployed in your product when I'm testing you for AI product user experiences, or I am testing you for AI product taste questions. This framework will allow you to at least make sure that your stories as well as your questions are check marking all the things. Okay. So as we saw in the answers, there were some answers where I saw the build skills. There are some answer where I saw the trust, but I didn't discuss like reduce cognitive. I didn't discuss evals. Some were just focused on evals. You need to bring that as a package, use 5 minutes to answer and check mark all the questions. Mohalish, just give me like 5 more minutes and then maybe we can open up for questions. Okay. So my insights with 100 plus interviews, what to expect and how to prepare for it. So what to expect? Uh, I know all of you are used to these frameworks where every question that I give you, you start thinking like identify the customer, report the needs, then cut through and prioritize, and then you list solutions, and then you evaluate trade-offs, and then you go and summarize recommendation. None of that is working in AI product sense interviews. I have like four questions for you, and you have 30 minutes to answer them. If you're going to do all this, what you are doing on right hand, left hand side, I will stop you 100 times because I'm looking for a very different signal. What is working is you just need to talk to me and you need to enlighten me on your knowledge, your experience. Have you done something? Give me real examples. Take me through a real product and solve my problems. AI is fundamentally different. We are trying to not find white spaces where we have not built product. This framework works if the product doesn't exist and you're trying to create a new product in a new category or reinvent a new product. Here, we are trying to take the human work that is done through humans in some outsourced fashion or some other way, and we are just trying to give it to machines. That is already clear. We have identified the need. The need is there. There are already paralegals and lawyers. There are already document processing that's happening today. I already know that this is a solution that people are ready to pay for. The challenge is, can I build it? And how you build it is what I'm looking for. Okay. Then second thing that's not working in 2026 is if I ask people a question, they just keep showing me their vibe coded stuff. While I am struggling with real production systems. So real production systems have knowledge graphs, they have snowflakes of the world, they have observability, data challenges. My life is that bad. While you think you can just build something cool like this and just show me a contract and then a vibe coded stuff with no insights, with no deep dives, with no experience around production systems, that's not working now. And I just stop them midway. I'm like, don't show me this. Show me actually how you solve the data problem. Hey, show me how you set up observability for your products. Because pricing is very hard. Because your top five customers are costing you more than your bottom 500 customers. And how can you observe them? And have you put those hooks in your system? Have you put those hooks in your requirements? Those are the stories in 2026. And but if you are mesmerized by your vibe coded stuff, keep it. It's a good signal, but don't over index on that signal, is my takeaway here. And my last insight for you is that yeah, this is a real case study. This is a friend who reached out and said, I'm searching for last 3 months for a product manager interview, product management role, and I'm happy to pay 750, 850K, but I'm not able to find good people. So that's real. You think that you are not getting interview calls, the other side is saying that we are not seeing the real experience on real systems, which is scalable. Okay. Another thing that's not working out is when I ask you for a product requirement document, you show me some fancy two-pager, which I can read but doesn't have any details. While I am expecting a two-pager or a detailed product requirement that I can give to an agent and the agent can code for me. So putting a lot of requirements in your agents around what is the design, what the mocks are, what are the test cases of this feature are. We're expecting the product manager to write full-blown specs these days so that agents can code on them, so that we can put boundaries for agents. And that's the new PRD requirement. And if your PRD doesn't have prompts in them, if your PRD doesn't have design.md files, if you don't understand what an MD file is, then you will have challenges crossing this bar as you get into AI world. Okay, last thing is what to expect. What are they expecting? You are talking about user needs, gaps, priorities. Yes, these are cool, but I am expecting how you set up context, how you set up evaluations, and how you set up observability in your products. So there is a fundamental difference in how you are thinking about your product on what you are building while what I am expecting in AI. Your judgment versus knowledge. Show me your, don't show me your knowledge. Don't tell me that, hey, I know this, I know that, I know RAG and all. Show me how you applied that. Show me what are the calls you have made and what are the consequences, what happened and how you learned from it. Your judgment is the most important thing I'm hiring you for. Knowledge is kind of free these days. So don't over index on knowledge, but show me how you applied it and what are the iterations you have done. As I was talking, I was telling you that, hey, first I did this, then I got the citation, but the citation was not enough. Then I got reasoning, but then reasoning was overwhelming. Then I got like layering. Okay, the layering was good enough, but then I not needed to give them the capability to configure it for themselves. Then I give editing, and that's the kind of things that I'm expecting, like your judgment on what will work with the customer, then your judgment on that, yeah, we can give citation and this is how we give citation. Last thing is, I want to see more experience what you build for AI agents rather than humans, because that's where the next total addressable market is. 30% or so work will be done or by agents inside your companies, and these agents have a lot of problems. They don't have context, nobody knows how to observe them, they have security challenges, and there are tons of problem. So every product you are building, I want to hear a story that have you thought if an AI agent is going to consume that product, or if you're building for AI agents or not, and if you are building, what are your insights in that area. So land those to me. That's it. If you want to prepare for product sense interviews, I will do one more session on this where I will talk about system design and technical side of it. Today, I at least covered one area of product sense. This time, I will cover about system design and how to actually solve engineering first interviews. So join that session. You can just scan this, and with that, you will be able to subscribe. It's completely free. I am also doing a whole lab. What is the toughest questions you have got? Submit your questions. This will be a cool place for us to learn. I'm happy to take top questions or top aligned questions here in these sessions. So make sure you fill the form and set the session. This is the whole path. We are doing the last session next Saturday. And if you are interested, we are starting a course where we are taking Claude and building with it so that you can actually have these experience. You can actually go and launch these things in market. So that course is starting, I think, July 3rd. And in that, we will start with Claude and we will help you build a production scale system with security, safety, and GitHub. So we'll teach you all the skills. We'll teach you how to write a PRD that actually agents can consume and build something. Then we will connect it to AI Foundry in the backend in Claude or on Azure and show you real production challenges on getting something to production. And then we will show you the observability piece, the evaluation piece, and incorporating user feedback and iterating with fine tuning. And the last thing we'll also show you is that how can you put all your data in data lakes like Snowflake and build analytics on top of it. These are the real skills that you can use in interviews, like I was showing you something, and you can show them production scales, design, and systems to make sure there is a confidence and you can stand out and close the loop rather than just waiting for it. And I will share a lot of tips and tricks on how to build the strategy, who to target, how to show up in interviews. So everything I have learned, that will be also given during these. There will be a 25% discount if you join today, and I will see you on the other side. Uh, are all these articles, videos, and all will be shared on our Substack. So if you're not on our Substack, please join our Substack. We will share that as an article so you can read it also. We'll share all the links and everything on Substack. So make sure you are on our Substack. So subscribe to our Substack. And that's the last call. I can take questions. Hopefully, we'll put resources. Maybe Lohit, if you're here, put a resources slide where we can connect the 21-day plan, what hiring managers are looking for, and maybe a product sense lesson that I wrote so that people can follow after the session also.